So this is an interesting political story. Today, Republicans in Texas are one step closer to redrawing the state's congressional maps in their favor. So if passed, this map would clear the way for the GOP to potentially net 5 new seats in the House of Representatives next year. This comes as Democrats return to the Capitol after their 2-week out-of-state protest. As you can see right here in this video, they were met by crowds of chanting supporters. But now the Texas House Speaker is cracking down on those Democratic lawmakers, barring them from leaving the Capitol without a police escort in an effort to ensure that they do not flee the state and break quorum again. NBC News correspondent Ryan Chandler is there with the latest. Ryan, is it all but certain that Republicans can, in fact, get this map passed?
All but certain is a good way to put it, Morgan. This is now scheduled for a vote and what we're expecting to be very heated floor debates on the floor of the Texas House tomorrow. Now that enough Democrats have returned, Republicans are able to finally make progress on this again. But you can see behind me, some protesters have gathered in solidarity with one Democratic representative who's staging a bit of a silent protest, entering almost 24 hours straight on the floor in protest of these new rules that Republicans have placed on any Democrat who broke quorum. I want to show you this permission slip, which Democrats needed to leave the locked floor of the House chamber, that says if you want to leave the Capitol or the House floor, you must be accompanied by an officer from the Department of Public Safety. This is around the clock, 24/7, essentially surveillance necessitated by the House Speaker on any member of the Democratic Party who left the state, ostensibly to make sure that they return on Wednesday. But I'll tell you, there are no more quorum breaks expected. This is a show of power from the Republican Party in a way to punish or annoy the Democrats who left the state, Morgan.
Yeah, I was surprised to find that one Democratic state lawmaker actually had to spend the night in the Capitol and is calling herself a political prisoner after refusing to get a police escort yesterday. What's happening there?
So Representative Nicole Collier is entering hour 24 just behind those doors behind me, staying on the House floor because she says she finds it unacceptable to have to sign a permission slip and consent to around-the-clock monitoring from law enforcement. She says she's going to stay on the floor until Wednesday, and she's been there ever since. Some of her colleagues bringing her food and water, keeping her company. She has attracted quite a bit of national attention for this. These protesters chanting things like "let her out." To be clear, she can leave whenever she wants as long as she signs that slip. But in order to leave the Capitol, she would have to be with law enforcement. We talked to her a little bit yesterday.
Because of the political theater, they're saying that we have to get permission to leave to come back. There is no high road to take anymore. There's just a dirt road, and that's where I'm meeting them. I've had enough of this bullying tactics that they use against those who are part of the minority party.
And it could be another 24 hours before lawmakers return and finally get a vote on this redistricting bill, Morgan.
All right, Ryan Chandler for us there. Ryan, thank you.
We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.